Should you use a mobile notary to handle all your paperwork in your land investment business? In this video, I'm going to walk you through when or if you should be using them. But just know, at any time, the resources you need to help you expand upon your land investing business, whether that's collecting wholesale land deals really cheap at rawlandinvestments.com, or hopping on a consulting call with me where I'll walk you through your first or next land investment deal, all those details can be found directly below in the description here. But let's get down to the important part. Should you or should you not be using mobile notaries in your land investment business? So the mobile notary is a phenomenal resource. Now, if you just stumbled upon this video and you have no clue what I'm talking about, when you are handling any form of paperwork where the person on the other end is not tech savvy, or you actually need a physical document signed and notarized, you can't do it through email, you could hire a mobile notary where you could priority mail everything to the notary. This is your third-party person. They're going to take it to the other person on the ends. In this particular case, we're going to reference it our seller or our buyer, and they're going to go ahead and stamp all the docs and send everything back to you. So it's a third party, just neutral system that's going to go ahead and handle all the parts of the deal for you. Now, what's my take on mobile notaries? Keeping it up front with you, I have never once used a mobile notary for my deals. Plenty of my buddies in the business, they all do it, but I haven't. Now let me walk you through this so you know why I don't, why I haven't, and how I've gotten around it. So I do not use mobile notaries because the targeting I do is I work with highly motivated sellers. All my offer letters are all targeted to go after people that are just so motivated. They're not worried about whether I'm going to pay them or stiff them or whatever. They're done with the property. They just trust that I'm going to do what I say, and they're going to sign off on all the docs. They don't need a middleman to go ahead and hand off checks and get things signed off. So I deal with highly motivated sellers. That's not to say people haven't questioned me. So when people say, how do I know if you're going to pay me or not? I always say, look, if you're uncomfortable doing business with me for any reason, let's not do this deal. And I'm okay with that. 90% of the time I say, no, whatever, I don't care. Let's do the deal, and I just trust that you'll do what you say. And I'm not going to wreck my name over a few $100s. So we overcome that hurdle just by doing that. Now, I had 3 different scenarios, 2 of which I've done a couple times in each case, and then one that I just did on a windfall or on a whim, and I'll walk you through each of these so you know how I handled them. So going into a new area there, I typically use a real estate attorney if someone is not comfortable with me per se, but I don't want to go full title with it. I'll just hire a real estate attorney. They play the middleman, and this is kind of expensive, but everything gets done right, and it runs about $250 where they'll drop the docs. They'll play escrow on it. You send the money to them. They distribute the funds. They take their cut. They file the deed. Everything's done. This will cost you a few $100s, and I've done that a couple times in my day. More in the scenario where I'm just confused about how the deed filing process works in a new area, so I will hire an attorney to do that. Next, I've actually hired real estate agents over a notary. Here's the scenario here. Someone gets an offer letter from me. They don't understand it fully. So they always go to their real estate agent friend. No, just real estate agents, they expect them to know everything. The real estate agent friend will reach out to me, and then they question, well, how do we know we're getting paid, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I'll tell you what, you're a licensed real estate agent. You're already involved in the deal. How about I send you $50 and all the docs, and you make sure everything gets handled? A real estate agent has a license. They have to have some sort of credibility there, and they got to make sure things get done because they could be held liable if they have any shady business going on, or you just blast them on social media and then people will question doing business with them. So rather than hiring a notary, a real estate agent would reach out to me and I'd say, you know what, we're already having the conversation. How about I just send you all the docs? I'll throw you $50 for handling all this for me, and we'll be good to go. So that has been in place of my mobile notary. Now, here's a recent scenario I ran into, and this was interesting, and I'm going to say up front, don't ever do this. Me, I'm a little bit of a risk taker, so I wasn't sweating it, but here's the deal. Seller reaches out to me. He has 11 properties. So I send him out the deed and my contract that says, hey, go ahead, sign, notarize, mail these back to me. Upon filing with this county, I will go ahead and send you your check for, it was like $1,700, right? So he hits me up. He's like, how do I know you're not just going to take my properties and run? And I said, well, good question. I gave him my line. I said, look, I'm not going to rule my name over $1,700. And if you're uncomfortable doing business with me, we don't have to do this. He said, well, I've done land deals in the past with other investors. How about we bring in a notary to handle this? And I had the feeling this person was a businessman already. So I said, you own a business already, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, look, $1,700 isn't a lot of money to you either. So I'm just going to send you a check for $1,700. You're going to sign, notarize everything, and send it back to me. Go ahead and cash it first. We're good to go. I am not worried about this. do not do this. I just, I didn't want to take the extra step to hire a notary. Just send them the check directly. Everything was good. Got the paperwork back and boom, send it off. The cool part about that deal is this investor actually has other properties available. So I said, look, let's go ahead and tackle this little project right here. I'm going to circle back and buy out the rest of your inventory, anything you want to sell. So he had the incentive to do solid by me as well. So that's a win-win there. Now, should you be using mobile notaries? Without a doubt, they're a fantastic service. They go ahead and play the neutral party and get everything done. I'm just letting you know my experience with them. I don't have an experience with them. I don't use them. I've either done real estate attorneys, thrown an agent a few dollars to handle it for me, or I've just rolled the dice. But overall, all my clients are highly motivated. Like 90% of them are highly motivated. They don't care. So we just do it on a handshake, a verbal handshake that is, and we're good to go. So if you have any questions about the land investment business, drop those down below or shoot me a text at 440-567-6040. I will create the content answering your questions for you. As always, I truly appreciate you tuning into this. And if you do need help getting through your next land investment deal, go ahead and let's schedule a call there. You could drop by landflippingmichael.com or text me at that same number, 440-567-6040. As always, I truly appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.